Today, yeah, it's Sunday, probably wiping the coal out your eye. Some people probably watching football. I don't. We have the stance. Well, my stance is, fuck the NFL this year. I'm not fucking with the NFL.
Been my stance. I was about to put on my Miami Dolphins friggin' fitted today to match like a polo top, and I had to put it down. I'm like, yo, it says the NFL logo on the back of the fitted, bro. Like,
I think the only jersey I'll wear this year is the Cap jersey.
Mm-hmm.
But
rightfully so, yeah.
But yeah, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because the reason why Cap has always been kneeling, protesting. If you guys have not heard about the Dallas shooting, so let's just break it down for you if you're not familiar. In Dallas, an off-duty police officer came home to her, condo or apartment complex. She apparently parked on the wrong floor. So she lives on the 3rd floor. She parked on the 4th floor.
Yeah.
So when she was on the floor, she went to what she believed was her apartment. And this is all her account, by the way. She said her door was ajar, was slightly open.
Mm-hmm.
And when she slightly opened the door, she said she saw a dark figure in the apartment, gave some verbal commands and let off 2 shots. One hit the victim in their chest, and the victim died. But here is the kicker. She accidentally was, as I mentioned, she was on the wrong floor. So she entered the wrong apartment and shot an unarmed black man in his own apartment.
It doesn't get any more ridiculous than that.
Of course, it's a dark figure. He's black, right? She probably thought he's spooky on some Gran Torino shit.
Or the shadowy figure lurking, or however to describe it.
So she posted bail. I don't know who paid for her bail.
My department.
Yeah, she's a police officer. Apparently when the incident happened, she didn't even get arrested until like a few days later. Like a regular civilian wouldn't get that type of leeway, but she's a police officer.
Though the one thing I will say though, I don't know which one of her chiefs or whatever, but I did see a clip of somebody from a department out there, and they weren't really defending her. They actually right out the gate, from when I seen once, they saw a camera rolling, and they said that she will be charged with manslaughter, and they're like there's no real pillow of excuse for this one, and they're gonna get the deep root of the answer. But as of right now, they're gonna have her on manslaughter. Okay. I don't know in regards to the timing of when from the incident, but I know that once they started putting press to the police, I don't think she has the support of her youth on this one, because even they probably want to know what was your state of mind, were you intoxicated? There's too many loopholes in this shit, and she does. And apparently in the past she did let off she let off her gun in another situation as well. So
yeah, I think they were trying to take down the suspect apparently, and they tased them, and they just couldn't get the suspect down. So apparently she shot the suspect.
So she's been triggered.
But the suspect didn't die.
Mm.
So this is I guess her second incident involving letting off her firearm in the line of, well, she wasn't even in the line of duty, for this incident, because she was off duty. So I think that's a big factor. She wasn't even she wasn't on duty. She's off duty. She's in her uniform. And here's the thing too. There's a lot of different accounts from witnesses in the building. They said, well, she mentioned the door was ajar, was open.
Yeah.
But apparently neighbors were saying they heard somebody banging on the door. So that's a little suspect. If the door was open, you wouldn't be banging on the door. Apparently she was saying open the door, banging on the door, opening the door. Another factor that's weird to me is in front of this guy. Sorry, by the way, the victim's name is how do you pronounce his name? Botham Jean. His family's from St. Lucia.
Okay.
So in front of his unit, there's a big red mat in front of his unit.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a mat in front of her door. So
yeah.
People are like, how did you not notice that red mat in front of quote unquote your apartment.
Which shows that she was in sound of mind, or was this malicious?
That's suspect too. And then another factor that somebody brought up to me, which was an interesting point. So say if that was like your house or your apartment.
Yeah.
If the door's open and somebody's in there, and I think she said the lights were off, it was a dark figure.
Mm-hmm.
That could be anybody in your apartment, not just a burglar or something. That could be a family member. It could be somebody you know. It could be the landlord. It could be whoever.
There's a lot of different scenarios.
So, and you're a police officer, so you didn't turn on the light to see what was going on. You didn't call out to just figure out who was in the apartment. Like, it could have been a family member. So you just walked in there, let off 2 shots, and then what happens if it was like your dad or something? Like, oh shit, I just shot my dad, or your mom, or whatever. That was a little suspect to me too. So this is like highly troubling to me because it's like another unarmed black man dead. A lot of people are focusing on the angle of what she did, but I'm thinking of like as Botham, if I'm pronouncing the name wrong, excuse me. That must have been terrifying to be in your apartment, somebody either banging on your door or just open your door.
Or disappears, startles you, yeah.
Says whatever to you. You're probably confused because you're in your own home, and then you just get shot and killed. Like, that must have been terrifying. Like, I can't even imagine that happening. Like,
yeah, it just seems like it's always something different, you know what I mean? And it's the same type of end result, but a different scenario. Like, you know, at least to Sho's point, if the chief's saying that definitely they're getting pressed like that and she's going to get the manslaughter rap, that's obviously some justice to a degree. But these things just gotta dissolve, man. It's just getting ridiculous.
Do you actually think, although despite what he's saying,
well, nothing's official either, right?
Do you think they're gonna prosecute her to the full extent, or they're gonna?
Well, if they don't got the backing of the union,
yeah, she gets prosecuted because she wasn't on duty. You can't justify that she was in a pursuit where she can be like she mistook a cell phone for a gun, or she felt threatened in regards to, I mean, like she was someone was resisting arrest, or I mean, she had to use force. Like, someone needs to know her state of mind, or I mean, test her for drugs, or I mean, to get some psych evaluation, because those are the things. Other than that, she can't be protected behind her badge at this point.
Mm-hmm. But I will not be surprised if somehow, some way, they try to, ruin his character somehow.
As they always try, yeah.
Yeah. But apparently his family's in St. Lucia. I think they're politicians. So
he lives in there, visiting him?
I think he's 26. He goes to school in the States.
Yeah.
So he's not like...
He's international still.
Yeah, so okay. I feel like... Yeah, there's going to be a lot of scrutiny when it comes to police, especially because if his family's like politicians in St. Lucia, he's just a student abroad studying. I'm assuming apparently he's like a straight shooter, I don't think there's any dirt on him, but you know how the police get down. They'll find something like.
We'll try to paint this scenario to depict his character.
He didn't pay a parking ticket, so all of a sudden he's the scum of the earth. Let me not be so negative towards the police, but we've seen it happen all too many times with these type of situations.
A lot of those angles in the past, though, like again, right, like they were being defended behind their badge. Just because, I mean, they were in the line of duty and maybe they were trigger happy too, but they were behind a badge riding in a squad car, something like that. Like, she doesn't get any angle or approach in that matter because this is somebody that could have been doing some type of drugs, because had a kind of stress level factor and mistook someone else's door for hers, or just could have probably just had a neighbor she couldn't stand and just felt like she had an alibi to, like, get through with this crap. But even something that you had mentioned, Sin, and that's not going to matter neither here or there, is that they're going to start reaching for stuff about him and his past and his family. Like, this situation, that won't aid them in any regard, because this is someone that was in their place of residence, not on the street wreaking any type of havoc. not walking the sidewalk, making any old white lady clutch her purse or anything. He was into his house, and fuckery landed on his doorstep. So whatever tactical approach they had, or whatever blueprint for getting somebody off that they had that worked before, it won't work in this situation, only because he was at home, not posing a threat to anybody. So, this small falls down on her, and this is probably the one time you'll see them sell out an officer, because if it doesn't make sense to them, then it's hard to make it make sense to everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she might be riding dolo on this one, on some Dorolo shit.
And manslaughter is considered what? Like, is that like more of like mistaken murders? Like, not like intent? Like,
because it's not something that you like woke up, or like, unless they could prove it differently, right? Unless they go through her diary.
Yeah,
they go through her diary and realize it's something she's been kind of contemplating before. But like manslaughter. That's comes in regards to just come out of it. First degree would be you premeditated. Anything second degree is on something. Like it happened, you left your house, you got caught up in something.
Accidental cases you get with manslaughter ruling.
Yeah.
But so rest in peace to Botham Jean. Eediot Ting of the week goes to Amber Guyger, which was the police officer that fatally killed him. Condolences to his family. Hopefully this type of bullshit never happens to anybody. Unfortunately, it happened to another black man.
Or any color for that matter. No,
it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen to anybody. But
you should be safe in your place, a place in your home where you lay your head.
Unfortunately, another optic of a black man getting killed by a police officer. So rest in peace to him.
Yeah, stay tuned, and hopefully we get the justice that his family deserves.